Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I have another really cool tutorial for you which has to do with peeking the top card and being able to cut that card to the bottom to save it for a later use. Now, one of the most common things that you do when you're performing or when you're cheating at cards is to do a riffle shuffle, which is nothing more than just that. Simple, normal riffle shuffle. But you could use this riffle shuffle in order to be able to glimpse the top card. A glimpse is nothing more than being able to peek into the deck and be able to determine the value of a card without everyone around you knowing that you have actually determined the value of that card. Now, in Magic and in Sleight of Hand, this is either called a glimpse or a peek. I do a normal standard riffle shuffle. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to shuffle the cards and I'm going to peel back with my left thumb slightly on this packet of cards here on the left. Now, you don't want to do this. I mean, this is just way too high. That's way too obvious. Okay, so you don't want to do that. But in the action of shuffling, you're simply going to go ahead, split the deck, and start shuffling, and just take a look at that card right there. Very, very, very subtle. It happens in an instant. It's very easy to be able to see just slightly this corner right here, the index of the card. And remember, you don't need to see everything. So as you are shuffling, as you're riffling, what you're doing is that you're looking for those high value cards. You're looking for the good cards as you riffle. In this case, I know I have a king on top of the deck, so I want to keep that. But I don't want to keep that on top of the deck. What you want is that you want to have multiple cards that are grouped together, which are high value cards. So I know that I've got this king here on top. Now I'm going to transfer the king to the bottom so I can keep it there and use it later. Okay, so I'm going to cut, I'm going to strip, and after that, you will notice that the king has now been transferred to the bottom. Now that I've got that king on the bottom, I can leave the king there and I can look for other high value cards. So for instance, right now, I know I've got the top card is the Jack of Hearts. You can see here, Jack of Hearts. That's the top card. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I know I've got the Jack of Hearts. I'm going to cut. I'm going to square the packet. And now I'm going to strip. You can see the Jack of Hearts is no longer on top. And I can build upon this. I can keep transferring cards from the top to the bottom as I glimpse. What you can do now is that you can take the deck with those selected cards on the bottom. And if you're working by yourself, you could do one of two things. You could deal to every other player from the top, and then when it comes to your deal, you would deal from the bottom. Once again, you would deal to every other player, and when it comes to your hand, you would deal the other card that you have prepared from the bottom. So you could deal yourself 2 or 3 or even all 4 strong cards to make a strong hand, a very good hand for yourself. Now, the other thing that you could do is that you could actually take those cards and give them to your partner. So if you're not working alone and you have a partner, you could deal those cards from the bottom to the partner, and then he would have that very strong hand. So let's go a little bit more into detail on how this is all working. So let's take a pair of aces, and let's say that we have shuffled that pair of aces to the top of the deck, which is fairly simple. As I said, all you're gonna do is simply, as you shuffle, you will glimpse at this top card and you will drop it, okay? So right there, as I said, I've exaggerated it. You don't wanna make it that big. But let's say that you have these 2 aces on top. Now, how are you gonna move the aces from the top to the bottom, okay? So the sequence that we're using is to cut about half of the deck to the front. Now, this is where the aces are. Now, when I grab this packet, the back packet, and I move it forward, you'll notice that my hand is providing full cover of this packet right here. As I move forward, to complete the cut, my right thumb is going to push the top card slightly to the back, like so, okay? So all my thumb is doing, I'll hold it with this hand so that you could see what's going on. All my thumb is gonna do is this, just slightly push the card to the back. And of course, this is gonna be covering it. And I'm gonna do all of that with just one hand, with this hand, my right thumb, my right hand. As I go to put the packet in, I just push it to the back. Because I've pushed that top card to the back, now what I'm going to do is that as my hand, my left hand, comes in to square everything, my left thumb will push that card to the top, will push it upwards. I'll square everything up, and because I've squared everything up, maintaining a thumb break, you can see the thumb break right here, maintaining a thumb break. When I bring everything to the back, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut with my left hand. I'll cut at the thumb break. By doing that, notice that I have cut the aces to the bottom. I will then take this packet with all the indifferent cards and I will strip it 2 times and square everything up. And just like that, you can see that I have transferred both of the aces to the bottom. We'll take a look at that again from the back now, okay? So the aces are on top, and all I'm gonna do is simply cut forward with the left hand. Right hand comes in, thumb slightly pushes the cards to the back. I catch the break, I square everything up, and now I will cut at the break and strip 2 times, squaring everything up. And once again, you can see that both of the aces are on the bottom. So, very simple technique, very good technique, a very clean technique and very easy to do. If you are playing Cards for Money, this is definitely going to give you a slight edge. Of course, I would insist that you do not use it for card cheating, that you could use it for a performance, a gambling sleight of hand performance, a card cheating performance, a magic trick. So guys, that is going to be it for today. If you want to learn how to use this technique in conjunction with stacking, so that you can transfer the cards to the bottom and then use those cards in the bottom to stack a winning hand for yourself, then you're gonna wanna watch the next video coming up. I will catch you next week for more gambling sleight of hand